Hello everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I welcome you all in this session of open source and GitHub. And our today's speaker is Saurav Mukherjee, who is a GDSC lead as well as behavioral engineer. So without further delay, over to you, Saurav. Saurav, you are muted.
Thanks for the introduction. I've shared my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, yes.
All right. So, hello everyone. Welcome to this session. And today we are discuss about uh, open source. So, do you have any idea like what is open source? Anyone? Like, do you have any idea about open source? Uh, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So let's start from scratch. Okay. So let's say you want to contribute to the project of one of your friend, and how you'll be able to contribute. For that, you need an open source tool like GitHub, right? Through open source, you can contribute, and you can contribute to the repositories or projects of different organization, as well as repositories of your friend or your club, right? So through using open source tool, you'll be able to contribute to different organizations, different companies and their code bases. So now we'll do hands-on practice like how to contribute to open source. Then we'll discuss about different open source program, let's say Google Summer of Code. So we'll discuss about that first. Let me show you, like, first of all, I guess all of you know what is GitHub, right? Okay, so first of all, let me show you an example how we will be able to contribute to any repository using GitHub. So GitHub is an like open source tool where you can. This is a hosting platform where you can upload your projects, and you can also contribute to different projects using Git and GitHub. So let's say if I want to contribute to any repository, so what I'll do is first I need to find the repository which I want to contribute. So let's say if I want to contribute to this repository, so first of all, before contributing to any repository, you need to find the issues. So here there are no issues, but if you find any issues in this project, so you can create a new issue here. So you can create a new issue here, and you can name the issue whatever the issue is there on the on this project. So you can name the issue and create a issue, and after creating the issue, the project maintainer will assign you the issue. After that, for setting up this project in your local system, you need to fork it. So for contributing to any repositories like open source repositories, first you need to fork it. So what I'll do is create a fork. So before contributing to any repository, make sure to explore the project. So explore the project, explore the tech stack, whether you are able to contribute to that tech stack or not. So make sure like uh, the tech stack, and create a issue first, and then fork it. So I fork this repository. After forking, what I'll do is, there are two options. First one is Git, and second one is GitHub Desktop. So Git is a version control system through which you can set up this repository on your local system. And also for beginners, like I guess all of you are beginners, for you, you can use GitHub Desktop. So what GitHub Desktop will do is, it is an alternative of Git where you can do all the things without any like commands. So if you don't know Git commands, you can do using GitHub Desktop. So first, what I'll do is I'll install GitHub Desktop here. Okay, and then I'll sign in with my GitHub account. Then then second thing is I'll clone it. So cloning means you are creating a copy of the repository in your local system. So through cloning, you'll be creating a copy of the repository in your local system. So this is the forked repository which I want to contribute. I'll clone it here. All right. So once you clone the repository, you can find the repository in your folder. So here I'll go to GitHub folder here. I can find the repository, this one which I have cloned just now. So now let's say you have cloned the repository you set up. Now you need to set up this repository or the code base in your code editor. So let's say I'm using VS Code. So I'll open this folder in VS Code. So you can use any code editor according to your choice. After cloning the repository, you need to open the repository in your local system. Now, okay, so for example, now whatever the issue was assigned to you, let's say you have created an issue on GitHub, and whatever the issue was assigned to you, now we need to solve the issue here. So once you clone the repository, you did the setup process. Now you need to solve the issue. You need to solve the issue by solving the code base. So here, let's say I want to, for example, I want to remove these lines from the code. Okay, so after whatever the changes you want to do in the code, you can do accordingly according to the issue which was assigned to you. After doing the changes, you need to save it. Okay, and you need to make sure that uh, that the issue is solved. Like whatever the issue was assigned to you, if the issue is solved, then what you need to do is again you need to open the GitHub desktop. So here it will show you the changes. So these lines, I removed these lines just now. So it is showing me the changes what I did. So whatever the changes we'll be doing in the code base, GitHub desktop will track it, and it will show you here the changes, right? So once you finalize everything that I have done the changes here on the code and everything is all right, now you need to push the changes. So what you will do is you will do commit. So now what is commit? So whenever you will open any repository on GitHub, so here you can find commits, right? So here you can find commits. So commits are the messages. Whenever you'll put something on the code base, there should be a description or a message about the code. So whenever you'll push something, there will be a commit, and you can't delete these commits. Whenever someone visited your repository, they can see the commits. So commits can't be deleted, and now now you can commit this. Okay. Now after committing, I need to push it. So push means I am pushing the code from my local system to GitHub. Okay. So GitHub is on server and GitHub desktop is in your local system. So you are pushing the code from your local system to the server of GitHub. So when I'll click on push origin, so it will push the code on the master branch, right? Here I can select the branch, and for every repository there will be a different branch. So here we have only one master branch. Let's say in other projects, big projects, there will be multiple branches. So first of all, whenever like you are pushing code to any repository, like any big code bases, you shouldn't push it to the master branch. Master branch is the main branch. You should push it to any new branch. You can create a new branch here. You can create a new branch here by going to the view all branches, and you can create a new branch here, right? Once you click on create new branch, it will create a new branch, and then you can push the code into the new branch, because master branch is the main branch where everyone is like using the code from the master branch. And if your code has some faults or errors, so that will affect the whole organization, right? So first of all, you should push the code on your own branch. So after pushing the code, if you refresh this page, you'll find that whatever changes I have just done, the changes has been pushed to this repository, and this is the commit. So here you can check out the code which I just removed. Okay, so my changes has been pushed to the cloned repository, means forked repository. Means I have done the changes on my forked repository. Now, if I want to contribute to any organization, so what I'll need to do, I'll need to create a pull request. So now, what is pull request? The through pull request, your means your changes, your whatever changes you have done will be merged to the main code base. So this is the main code base. Means this repository is not owned by me. This repository is owned by someone else, let's say any organization. But if I want to merge my code base into this main repository, I don't have the access to merge it directly. First, I need to clone it. I need to put the changes on my clone repository, means copied repository. Once you have did the changes in your copied repository, now you need to create a pull request, and your pull request will be sent to the maintainer of the main repository, and then they can merge your pull request. So I can here click on open pull request, and here I can whatever the changes I have done. So I'll mention the changes here, the title of the changes and description about the changes. This is the like important thing, so that the maintainer will get to know whatever the changes done by you. So you should mention, describe everything. You can also attach screenshots of your changes. After writing these things, you can click on create pull request. Now from the maintainer side, I also maintain multiple GitHub repositories. So like if anyone is contributing to any repository, so if you click on pull request and you will send a pull request, so maintainer will get a pull request like this. So as a maintainer, I'll be getting pull request like this. So what I'll do is, I'll as a maintainer, I'll be reviewing your pull request, and here you can attach screenshots, you can attach description about that. Also I can review your code, and if something is required, I'll request you some changes. Like if your code is like not up to the mark, I can some request some changes, and again you can push these changes. Again you can create a pull request. So if everything is all right, then the maintainer will merge your pull request, and once your pull request will be merged, it will be merged into the main code base, right? So this is an repository which I maintain. Here you can find some issues. There are different issues. So as a beginner, you should find good first issues. There are filters here. So whenever you go to any big organization, or they'll find their repository, they'll be having labels. So by using labels, you can find good first issues which are for beginners. So here you will find all the good first issues, and you can choose any these issues according to your choice, and you need to comment in. So here you can find that peoples are commenting on these issues, and as a maintainer, I need to assign these issues to a people. So I'll assign these issues, and then people will fork it and then clone it, and they'll do the changes and create a pull request. So this is the whole timeline of contributing to any open source repository. Uh, like everything is clear till now, then we'll move towards Google Summer of Code. Like everything is clear till now. All right. Okay, so now let's discuss about Google Summer of Code. So Google Summer of Code like is a program by Google, where what Google do is Google onboard some organization. Let's say Google onboard uh, VS Code, Google onboard Python, Chromium, different organization. So they onboard different organizations, different open source organizations, and the, they'll help participants to contribute to those open source organizations. And if you got selected for Google Summer Code as a participant, you'll get stipend up to like 2.5 lakhs for 3 months. So this is like an internship alternative which you can do. Like first of all, for contributing to GSOC, first of all you should have a prior experience in open source. You should contribute to any open source repository, and as a beginner, what you can do is you can start contributing to any like beginner level open source repositories of your club, like of your GDSC, as well as like you can join open source communities. So communities will help you. In communities we have mentors. So I also have a community like of 10,000 plus students. We help students to do open source contribution. So we'll be having mentors. Also there are more communities, so you can join open source communities. So they'll help you to get started with open source. Once you know how to contribute to a beginner level repository, then you can jump to GSOC. So now let's discuss about GSOC. So here what we'll do is we'll first discuss how does it work, like how GSOC works. So first of all, the organization, different organization applies for GSOC, and Google chooses the organization for each year. So this year Google will announce the organization in the month of February, means next month. They'll announce the name of the organization, and you can find the organization. I'll show you how you can find that. Then contributors, what as a contributor what we'll be doing is, so you'll be submitting proposal to those organizations, and mentors will choose participants, or mentors of that organization will choose contributors for their projects, and you will be contributing to Google Summer of Code for the next 12 weeks. Okay, so let me show you how Google Summer of Code works, like how you need, once you are aware like how to contribute to open source, now how to jump to Google Summer of Code. So first of all, the first step of Google Summer of Code is finding an organization, right? So here, what we'll do is we can check out the organization of 2022, because for this year Google will announce next month. So next month you can find the list of organization for this year. I'm showing the list of last year. So here, you can find the list of the organization for Google Summer of Code. So let's say if you are good in web development or any programming language, so you can select that tech stack. And here, after selecting tech stack, you can find all the organization, right? Through, like, these are the organization in this tech stack. So now, as a participant, I can explore all the organizations. So I'll explore uh, these organization one by one. Here, the thing which I need to check out is the technologies which it is using. So let's say if I'm aware about these technologies and this organization is using these technologies, so I can consider this organization for contribution. So these are some organization you can visit their code bases. Okay, and once you are like, so there are no limitation that you need to contribute to only one organization at starting. You can choose multiple organization, but when you will be applying for GSOC, then you will be applying for only one organization. But at starting you can explore different organization. So let's say, at starting, I want to contribute to Chromium, and I explored their tech stack. I know these tech stack, and what I'll do is you need to join their mailing list. So mailing list is a like a their whenever you subscribe to their mailing list, you'll be getting all the mails and all the information about the Chromium organization. Whenever they'll be doing anything, whenever they'll be having uh, mentors interaction thing, so they'll be mailing you. So you need to join their mailing list, you can join their forum, and you need to join their Slack channel. So they'll be having Slack or Discord channels where they'll help you. So the first step is join their Slack channel, join their mailing list. Then for each organization they are having mentors. Okay, so when you will join their organization, mentors will help you to set up the code on your local system, and they'll give you some assignments or work to do. So as a mentor, they'll give you some task, and you need to do those tasks before the application period starts. So let's say application for Google Summer of Code will open in the month of April this year, and okay, and you are having 3 months from now. So if you want to participate in GSOC, so you need to start from right now. So if you start right now, you'll be joining an organization, and there the mentors will give you some task. Okay, mentors will give you some task, and you need to solve those issues. You need to solve these issues, and you need to, after solving the issues, you need to create pull request. So they'll be giving some issues on GitHub, and they'll assign those issues to you, and you need to solve those issues and create some pull request. So you need to make sure that before April, you need to create at least 4 to 5 pull requests, and your pull request should be merged. Because when you will be writing proposal, so this is the template for proposal. Here you can also find the projects. Okay, projects of last year. For this year, Google will announce next month, February. So let me show for Chromium. Okay, so this is the template for proposal. Every organization have different templates for proposal. So proposal is a kind of template where you can where you need to write about your contribution, your past experience. Okay, so each organization will be having a template for proposal where you will be writing whatever the things you have contributed to that organization earlier. Let's say you have contributed 4 or 5 times. You need to mention all the your contribution, links to your contribution, your pull request, everything you need to mention in your proposal. Also, you need to write about your experience in that domain, let's say in this domain, and you need to make a proposal. Okay, and after writing the proposal, you need to submit that on Google Summer of Code website in the month of April. Now, once you submitted the proposal, the mentors of that organization will review your proposal. So let's say 100 people are applying to Chromium, and maximum they will select around 4 to 5 for each organization. So in Google Summer of Code, there are around 180 organization. Okay, and for each organization, they select at least 4 to 5 people. So let's say in Chromium, around 100 people are submitting their proposal, and now the chances of getting you shortlisted depends on your contribution, whether you are whether you have uh, did some task, or you have merged, like your pull request has been merged or not. It depends on your contribution to that organization. So mentor of that organization will review your contribution, whether you have contributed to this organization earlier. So if you want to contribute to any organization in Google Summer of Code, you need to start it earlier, before April. So April is the time for submission of the application, but if you want to start, you need to start at least 2 months before. So you'll be submitting your proposal, and the mentors will review your proposal, and then they'll shortlist around 4 to 5 people for different projects. So here you can find projects of last year, and mentors, and the contributor of this project. So each organization, for each organization, they'll be having different projects, and they'll assign one contributor to different projects. And also you'll be, once you got shortlisted as a participant, then you'll be having a mentor assigned to you, and you and that mentor will work for next 12 weeks for this organization. I guess for 3 months you'll be working for this organization, and after 3 months you'll get your stipend. Like, the stipend is like around 2.5 lakhs. Also it depends on different organization. So yeah, this is about Google Summer of Code. And now let me show you something here. So this is the timeline for this year. S- So organization will be announced on 22nd February. So on 22nd February, you can check out the list of the organization, and you can start contribution to start contributing to those organization. And in the month of March to April, you need to submit, like, this is the timeline where you'll be able to submit your proposal for this year. And once you'll be got accepted to Google Summer of Code as a contributor, then you'll be having some community bonding period with organizations, and then you'll be starting contribution for next 12 weeks. So the best part of Google Summer of Code is, like, this will give you the exposure. Like, you'll be getting connection, and you'll be getting connected with different maintainers of organization outside of India. You'll be getting remote opportunities, remote jobs. So you'll be getting like a lot of opportunities in future. So this is like a great way to start your journey in open source. And also, the what Google do is, once you got selected as a contributor this year, next year again, Google will onboard you as a mentor. So if you got selected this year as a contributor, next year you can like again join the organization as a mentor. Google will invite you, and as a mentor also you can guide the contributors. And also for mentoring students, you'll be getting stipend. So once you got selected as a contributor, then next year you can join the same organization uh, as a like a mentor. And there also you'll be getting like paid by the organization. So that's it about Google Summer of Code. You can connect with me here. This is my website. And let's jump into your queries, like if anyone having any queries. You can write your queries on the chat box. Okay, so for finding the mentors of the organization, you need to join their mailing list, or you can join their organization on Slack or different channels. For different organization, there are different channels. So let's say for Chromium, there are mailing list. For let's say there is organization in Joomla, so for that they are having their channel on Slack. So Slack is a platform where similar to Discord, right? So for different organization, they are having their different communication channel. So through by joining their communication channel, you can uh, like talk to different mentors of the organization. Anything else?
Saurav, can you please drop your Twitter profile link and website link
Yeah,
in the chat
sure.
box?
I'm sharing my links here. Okay, let me share another thing. So I guess many of you are beginner in open source. So we are having a community named Coding Community. So if you just search on Google here, this is our community. So what we do is we organize different hackathons, different open source programs. So you can join us on Discord. We have like more than 10,000 students, and you can join us on Discord. We help you to uh, like solve the queries of open source. We also have a team of mentors. So we as a like we have a team of 50 plus mentors who will be helping you throughout your journey of Google Summer of Code. So if you want to join, I'm sharing the website link here. You can join on Discord, and yeah, for any queries you can ask there.
So I think we can wind up the session now. Okay. So Saurav, thank you for joining us today. We
Thanks
hope
for
to
having me.
we hope to see you in our future events also.
Yeah, sure, sure. All right then. If anyone having any queries, they can ask, or we can wind up this session.
I think we can wind up.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay then. Bye everyone. Have a good day.
Once again, thank you, Saurav.
Okay. Bye.